Good morning and thank you for joining us on the Tuesday edition of TVC Breakfast. I'm Veronica Dan Ipoy. Joining me this morning on set is Ibrahim Shita. Ibrahim, good morning.
Good morning to you, Veronica. Hi.
Again. Today we have an array of issues, and top on the agenda of the conversation we'll be having is the matter of the kidnappings happening across the country, especially in the Federal Capital Territory.
That's right.
But before then, we will begin from this statement coming from the President, where he is saying that with the rising rate of people leaving the country for greener pastures, that is becoming worrisome. The President has asked the Nigerians not to be worried about the mass exodus of young professionals to other countries. In his words, he says, quote, "Don't worry about what you are hearing about Japa syndrome. We will train more people and supply them." Now, he made this statement in Owerri, Imo State, during the swearing-in of Governor Hope Uzodinma for his second term in office. And you know, the matter of Japa syndrome has been on the front burner for some time now with regards to the fact that we are losing a lot of professionals. Even though they are young, you cannot take away the experience they have in their fields. But the President is saying that the federal government, in collaboration with subnationals, that's the state, looking to training more people to fill up these spaces or the gaps that these persons have created in the system. But the question I am asking is the matter of this experience. You know that certain persons have certain levels of experience, and how much of the training can we bring to the fore that can ensure that people garner this experience in such a short time to address the myriad of issues we have to face or tackle at this point?
Well, Nigeria is actually, is experiencing about 33.3% of unemployment rate, which is, really worrisome. If you check other developed worlds too, they are also having issues with unemployment rates. But the thing is, so many Nigerians, no matter what you tell them, they are really, their mind is out of the country. It's just their body, and their soul is even out. It's just their body that you see, walking on the street. And why is this? It's because majority of them are becoming very pessimistic about the things in the country. Here corruption, here the issue of banditry, here the issue of kidnapping, etc. And
they don't feel safe.
Exactly. So they don't feel safe. And the fact that some are even struggling, living from hand to mouth, it's also something to worrisome. Some who are also employed, you can't really say gainfully employed because what they collect, what they receive as their salary is not commensurate. Even the federal government workers,
them home.
Even the federal government workers are also fighting, for upward review of
their salary.
Their salary, the living wage, so they call it, because what they get is maybe minimum wage, which other states are even struggling to pay. And we also had of scandals, reaching out to vulnerable people, where we have the Ministry of
Humanitarian Affairs,
being rocked with scandals and all of that. So there's a whole lot of things, packed together that are affecting Nigerians. And that's not to, wish away the fact that, some Nigerians too are also contributing to the woes of this country, because it's not everything that is government. People will say,
who makes up the government in the first place?
Yeah, it is us. That's what I'm saying. That
right.
The reason why some people are even angry with those who are in government is because it's not their family members that are in government. Maybe pilfering the public funds. This is not to say that those who are in government are pilfering the public funds, but if you look at what individuals are doing in their own right, they are also contributing to the woes of this country. So it's a whole lot of things. We all need to come together, rally ourselves together and say enough is enough and get to do the right thing, starting from our own selves. The way you relate with people, when you transact with people, you do things honestly. And that will definitely trickle, from, bottom up. It's just going to permeate all of the aspects of our lives. So the president has said this. It shows that he's, really willing, feeling the pulse, the pulse of the masses. And he also, the way he has reacted over, previous weeks had shown that, the president is aware, is abreast of, trends happening in the country, especially with people who are suffering and people who are leaving the country. He also left the country at a point in time, but then he's back as a president, and we expect that, so many things will change for the betterment of the majority in the country.
Absolutely. It shows that he's listening. It shows that, like you rightly mentioned, he's abreast of issues. But the low-hanging fruits, the issues that needs to be tackled as quickly as possible, such that it can pacify a lot of persons to stay back, and also gives people some level of hope. Recall that his mantra was the hope agenda for the country when he was campaigning. And Nigerians have been waiting to see this semblance of hope with the policies the government will put in place. Of course, he's not the one. He would only make the statements and expect that his foot soldiers will implement all of these things. But not much has been seen. Yes, you would say that it's still early in the day, 7 months, so to speak, in his administration, and so you can still give him time. But, you know, the generation that we are in right now are not patient persons. So they just want something to happen and happen now. They don't care whether you are going to be a magician, whatever it is, just get it done. Let them see things running as it is. And the majority of these persons are persons who fall between the bracket of those who own small and medium-scale businesses.
That's right.
They are running their own businesses. Not all of them are really doing blue-collar jobs and all of it.
I mean,
and
so, of course, are also having to pay tax.
And they have to pay taxes.
Tax
how friendly is their is the environment to their businesses? How is their businesses thriving in the economy? We see the recent data coming with regards to inflation as it is. We know how that is hitting every business and every person as it is. After the withdrawal of fuel subsidy, we have seen the dynamics has changed, and a lot of people's businesses have been closed. And they believe that, you know what, if I go outside the country, I do not even have to pursue my career. It's about building a future for myself and my family as it is. So they see future, they see a hope outside the country that not just about them, it's about the generation after them. And that is why they want to lay these building blocks, suffer, do whatever it is to ensure that they, you know, have all of this and secure the future for their families and the generation out of them. So are we creating that kind of environment? Is training alone enough? I would say no. Training is not enough. But how to pacify those people, help them see reasons. At some point, we were trying to come up with a policy for the doctors that, hey, we do not want you to go after your training 5 years. You have to work with Nigeria for 5 years. And we saw the uproar. I mean, how many doctors can you train to fill up the space that has been left with someone who has perhaps 5-10 years experience, for instance? What kind of training do you want to give that person in this shortest possible time? We see number of deaths occurring in recent times. So it's a lot of issues. I know from what the statement the president is making that he has good intentions, but how would that address this issue in the immediate is what I'm talking about.
And it's not only the president that has got to do this. You know, out of the box thinking by if all other state governors can also learn from what the Ebonyi State Governor Francis Nwifuru, you know, did. He actually, you know, bought SUVs for all doctors working at government government-owned general hospitals in Ebonyi. That's a step.
How many states can do that?
Yes, but then that's where being innovative, being creative, you know, comes in. All of the states are blessed with natural resources. Good that the president is also looking to, you know, mining, you know, revitalizing or revamping the Ajaokuta steel and all of those, you know, moribund federal government parastatals, you know, you're trying to revive them. This is what the state government should be thinking. What are the resources under my feet? What are the things that we can do? How can we tap from these resources and utilize it for the betterment of the generality? So many things that we can do in this country. We've been doing it from previous years. Look at what Awolowo achieved in the Western region. So if we have moved on, you know, in that stride, that positive stride, and, you know, take away the issue of politicking and all of that, you know, trying to play down these candidates or all of that, but we are having, you know, being visionary about what we want to achieve for the generality of the masses, then we would.
Well, that is why I believe some experts have been saying this matter of true federalism is the way forward.
To go. That without
that will address some of these fundamental
achieve.
issues that we are talking about, such that states can actually drive some of the developments that we are looking for.
That is what we have seen in Ebonyi State. We see what Governor Umar Zulum is doing. You know, so many governors can actually do so many things to ensure that, you know, the people benefit from it. And the president has called upon them to.
We'll leave this conversation here now and quickly bring you the news update.